The final day at the 2024 Concacaf Futsal Championships. I'm your host, Chris Fernandez, and coming up is the bronze medal match between Costa Rica and Guatemala. As we take a look at the road to getting over here to the medal stage, Costa Rica getting there courtesy of victories over Canada, but falling short of penalties over Cuba, while the Panamanians edged out their longtime rivals, Guatemala, previously coming across a victory over the United States. And tonight, these two teams know each other very well over the history of the tournament, and this is going to be nothing short of an absolute banger. So stay tuned. You are in for a treat and a half. Guatemala, La Azul y Blanco, coming in against the Ticos. It is going to be something special as we are looking at the crowd here live in Managua, Nicaragua. An absolutely phenomenal host. Probably won't be the last time. This arena has been rocking. It's only kind of sad that Nicaragua's not here on the final match day, because that crowd was roaring all throughout the group stages. We see a lot of the fans traveling over from Costa Rica down to the arena here to enjoy this match and make it happen. Now, if you're wondering a little bit of the history over here, Guatemala, this is their sixth time in the Concacaf Futsal Championships. They won the championship once, and they're always a threat to everybody. They hosted the World Cup in 2000, and with their semifinal appearance, this is going to be their fifth straight Futsal World Cup. They're sixth overall. And in fact, the upcoming host, Uzbekistan, in 2024, were defeated by Guatemala. So a little bit of an interesting tad bit there. Now, what we're going to see out here is a battle between high offense and potent defense, and realistically, this is going to be something special. Costa Rica has really, truly been the best team in CONCACAF futsal history. They've participated in every single edition of the tournament, all 8 times, winning 4 of them, including 3 in a row, until they lost in the semifinals on PKs to Cuba. To put in perspective just how dominant Costa Rica have been, Thursday's semi-final loss to Cuba was their first in this competition since 2008. 16 years since Costa Rica lost a game in this championship. So you know exactly what kind of talent they're bringing to the game today, and it's going to be something else. Guatemala, of course, with the best offense in the tournament, 27 goals from 5 games, and the man leading that charge is Roberto Alvarado, who's tied for first in the competition with 7 goals. And it's going to be awesome for Guatemala if they can pull it off, because they would be the first team in CONCACAF history to podium 5 straight times. As we see the officials coming out with the official match ball of the CONCACAF Futsal Championships, and the players from Guatemala and Costa Rica coming out of the tunnel, I can't absolutely wait for this one to get going. All right, and we have the national anthems of Costa Rica and Guatemala finished up, and see the high fives to the players. This is as nice as they're going to be between each other, because the opening whistle of the bronze medal match of the 2024 Concacaf Futsal Championships is about to go down here in Managua. It's going to be interesting. Guatemala with the highest offense in the entire tournament, as we said earlier, 27 goals from 5 games against the stingiest defense. Costa Rica only allowing 11 goals in 5 games. And a big part of that has been goalkeeper Cesar Vargas. An absolute rocking goal, as we see the lineups there. Number 1, Vargas, followed by Diego Chavarria, Victor Fonseca, number 6, Pablo Rodriguez, and Daniel Gomez rounding out the starting lineup. And of course, famed coach Alexander Ramos leading the charge for the Ticos tonight. Just absolutely amazing, with Costa Rica only losing 3 times in the 28-year history of the competition. An absolutely remarkable stat. They've won half of them, and they've booked their ticket, of course, to the World Cup, all semifinalists, earning one of those 4 coveted spots that CONCACAF has. As we take a look at the match officials, Panama's Ricardo Ley, Cuba, Brenda Valdez Perez, along with Renier Fisoli and George Antonio Flores from El Salvador, rounding out this fine cast of officials here as the coin flip is coming in. And we know that Costa Rica has had the edge on this Guatemalan side, but hoping to change that tonight is going to be Jose Reyes going up in there with Edgar Santizo, Jose Marin, Marvin Sandoval, and Fernando Campagnac. And of course, legendary coach Carlos Estrada leading the charge over for La Azul y Blanco tonight. Now, Costa Rica have beat Guatemala back in 2016. They beat them 7-1. And even worse, they beat them in the championship in Guatemala City back in 2012. So Guatemala wants to make sure that history ain't repeating itself. They want to get the taste of medal in their mouths. Even though it's bronze, it's still an accomplishment. Both these teams, like we said, in the World Cup, but they want to add a medal. They want to get something up on this trophy case and around their necks tonight. And here we go. Kickoff in the bronze medal match of the CONCACAF Championships. Costa Rica opening off first. And a lot of experience between these two teams tonight. Two of the biggest pioneers in the entire CONCACAF region. First, early adopters of the sport and developers, both in Costa Rica, in San Jose, and especially over in Guatemala City. And it's no surprise that they'll be battling it out for another medal here in this game. As we see Costa Rica trying to go away, but Guatemala picking it up in the first shot attempt, blocked over there by Pablo Rodriguez. Plays his futsal over in Poland. As we see the defender just roll it out to get the defensive formation reset. Guatemala with the kicking off the volley. Big shot, and it's an opening goal. We said there was going to be action, and that was a spoiler, because Guatemala up 1-0 with that inbounds kick in the air right off the volley, and unfortunately Vargas just couldn't handle it. So we see up again. Beautiful by Marin. And Ta just snap, crackle, and pop into the net. Out there is Edgar Santizo. 38 seconds in, 1-0 Guatemala in the first half. And you want to win a medal at this championship, you want to start off with a bang, and that's exactly what Marin and Santizo just did out there. It's the beauty of futsal. You blink, you miss. Just to recap, Costa Rica coming in, beating Haiti, Suriname, and Mexico in the group stage before eliminating Canada in a thriller during the quarterfinal to book their ticket to the World Cup. Meanwhile, going undefeated was Guatemala with 2 wins over the Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago before an absolutely resilient comeback. Down 3-0 to the U.S., scoring 3 goals in the second half to steal a point and clinching first. And then it was on to beat Mexico in a definitive 9-4 victory in the quarterfinal to book their ticket back to the FIFA Futsal World Cup. Guatemala coming out of their half, looking to go up and double their lead. And a solid attempt on net there by Jose Marin. Vargas probably been, along with Peñalosa from Panama, the best goalkeeper in the tournament. That experience counts. Unfortunately there, he just couldn't handle it. Only the 12th goal conceded from all 6 games thus far from Costa Rica. Again, Guatemala's the best offense, Costa Rica the toughest defense, but Guatemala up 1-0 with the corner kick here. Another aerial attempt, thwarted by Costa Rica, but another corner for Guatemala. Oh, just a kick in, but coming out to prevent any action there was Vargas, and Costa Rica on the attack. An opportunity, shot. Oh, taken there by Leon. Costa Rica retain. As we've said, Costa Rica have only lost 3 times in this competition's history. We're coming into the tournament as 3-time defending champions. That loss against Cuba, as we said, was their first in this competition since 2008. It's a stat I just can't get out of my head. It's unbelievable to have that. But Guatemala with the lead so far and up to the task. As we see Aguiar, the trusted defender. Aguiar again, looking to take the shot and just wide of the mark out there, forcing Vargas to go out. Aguiar, one of the many players from the famed Club Futsal of the Guatemalan League. 7 players represented from Club Futsal. Previously playing at the Concacaf Club Championships. It is the backbone of this Guatemalan national side. Costa Rica with possession. Down the flank in the Guatemalan half. Picked up now, 2v1 Guatemala. Another opportunity, but just a little too much pepper on that pass. And it appears a shin guard has come out. As we see over there, the referee blowing the whistle on the play. No. Even worse, losing his shin guard. He lost his shoe. They got to get those laces up there as we see Johnny Diaz. Is there anybody with a better name in the tournament than Johnny Diaz? Somebody get this man an agent. Diaz getting his shoe back on. Also a part of the Club Futsal futsal team. As we see leading goal scorer Roberto Alvarado putting in the kick in for Guatemala. Could win the Golden Boot. It's always a nice award to take home with you. But we see Guatemala, big opportunity and a very, very light attempt as the goalkeeper comes out and is getting called on it. He was out of his area. And a free kick now deep in the Costa Rican zone for Guatemala, as we see out here. Right foot just slightly over the line. As we see the chirping already starting early here in the first half. And out there is the red card for Vargas. A huge loss out for Costa Rica. But they have a lot of depth, of course. And coming in is Pablo Castro, who plays his futsal over at Real Sociedad Hatillo in Costa Rica. Very experienced player. Turning 27 years old later this July. And unfortunately for Costa Rica, Cesar Vargas' tournament is over. It is a game of inches. But even more importantly now, that red card puts Costa Rica down a player. So Guatemala has the man advantage for 2 minutes, unless they score a goal within those 2 minutes, and then the player comes back on to make it even strength for Costa Rica. Big opportunity here for Guatemala to go up and double their lead. Ooh, off the post, and the rebound shot by Vanderlei Ruiz, just over the bar. Castro getting his first taste. Beautiful little flick along the sidelines, kept in. Guatemala coming to the attack now. Peniagua. Ooh, looking for the far post out there. It was Guatemala, again with the man advantage. Yellow card issued as well to Yosel Leon. Must have come as a result of talking to the ref. As we see Marvin Sandoval. 6 goals so far in this tournament. Only 1 behind his teammate. Oof, and just getting a little bit of a touch. Putting it out for a corner there was Castro. Oh, big opportunity there. A shot just right of the net. Guatemala are going to be very keen to take advantage of this opportunity that they've been given. Not only a 1-0 lead, but a man advantage for 2 minutes with that red card to Vargas. Costa Rica looking to kill those valuable seconds off the clock to get to even strength. Costa Rica deep into their own zone. Again, looking to kill those seconds. Doing well in the corner. Now an opportunity as they have a corner kick. Again with the man advantage. What will Guatemala do? Sandoval. With the ball, puts it low. Oh, good shot attempt out there by Ruiz, but up to the task was Castro. Guatemala just rotating that ball around, looking to exploit a gap. Again with the rotation up top, looking in. Oh my goodness, you would have put your mortgage on him to hit that one. Oh, a big miss from Marvin Sandoval. Wide open net, and instead hits Castro, but still on the attack. Oh, here it is, a 3v1, and that's going to be, oh, and it is not. Another opportunity, point blank, and he won't miss on that one out there. Marvin Sandoval misses 2 golden opportunities, but the third, he strikes to get his 7th of the tournament. What a wild advantage there. As we see him come off, boom, and finish it off. Sandoval coming outside, out of bounds, and burying it there. But the first 2 he missed. We thought for sure he was going to nail it, but he finally got it out there. Costa Rica now back at even strength on the play, but Down 2-0, Costa Rica calling timeout with pretty much 5 minutes off the clock here in the first half. We see it again out here. First goal. A piece of it by Vargas, who eventually got red carded, but now we see the second goal from Guatemala. Marvin Sandoval. 7 goals tied with Roberto Alvarado. Again, the most potent offense in the tournament. That's their 29th goal. So far out of 6 games, pretty much an average of 5.5. But this is futsal, and this game is far from done. And one thing we know about Costa Rica being 3-time champions up until, no foul called over there. Saw some contact. Referee's having none of it. The referee stops the play as Tijarino taking a heavy knock and staying down. And no doctors, physiotherapists required. Tijarino playing for We Met Futsal Club also in Poland. Quite a few foreign-based players for Costa Rica, which is why they've been getting that experience out there. Ortega in Estonia, Tijarino and Rodriguez both in Poland. And actually, Caboseta plays over in Poland as well. Guatemala now try to come in and get a little mishit. Costa Rica will take over possession around center court. It'll be Daniel Gomez, one of the stars of Argentina futsal in the domestic league. Ball kicked over to the Guatemala half out there, and the defender going down and tossing it out. As the goalkeeper, as we see, Jose Marin, a 32-year-old, holding just the upper part of his hamstrings, bottom of his glutes, wondering if he pulled something. And as the referee helps him up, seems to be all right. Jogging it off, and coming on instead is Johnny Diaz. So we take a look there, a couple of hands on the lower back. Good sportsmanship by Daniel Gomez to just put it out for a goal kick. And nothing doing there by Costa Rica. Reyes will roll it out, bringing it over to Vanderlei Ruiz. A lot of veteran presence here on the Guatemalan team. Only 2 players on the roster born in this century. That is Nelson Tagre and, of course, the young Johnny Diaz, the 23-year-old, certainly to be a good part of the future in Guatemala. Costa Rica being pressed heavy in their zone. Contact there and a foul called against Johnny Diaz. Gilbert Vindas taking the free kick. Ooh, miscommunication there between the defenders. Vindas taking an extra step forward. Guatemala now deep in the Costa Rican zone with a kick in. Taking it will be Ruiz. Put out for a corner kick. Ruiz again, lining up. Throws it in the air and cleared out safety was Halloran Dixon, a product of Borussia Futsal, one of the most famous clubs in all of CONCACAF. Borussia have competed in the Concacaf Futsal Club Championships before and more than a few titles over in the Costa Rican domestic league. Opportunity on net, forces a big jump out there from Castro. As we see another corner for Guatemala. The attempt, wide over the bar. Just got under that too heavy, and Castro now with the rollout to Gomez. Going cross-court as they look to get into the Guatemalan half and see what they can do to cut this deficit down in half. 2-0 Guatemala with 13:15 left in the first half of the bronze medal match. Guatemala put it in a header attempt out there by Fernando Campagnac. Going over. Costa Rica, oh, and a terrible giveaway. A beautiful move and a shot just deflected. Great attempt there by Brian Santizo. Fortunately for Costa Rica, they got away with that. They come on the attack out there, but coming out of his net was Reyes. This is what futsal is all about. Back-to-back, end-to-end action. It is non-stop. You cannot blink. The combination of soccer, basketball, and ice hockey rules makes this one of the greatest and most exciting sports. So we take a look out here. Big save out there by Reyes on Dixon. Keeping that clean sheet so far for Guatemala. Big battle, good tackle there by Vindas. It is a contact sport. This is not the ballet. Wonderfully done there by Gilbert Vindas. One of 4 Polish-based players. As we see Guatemala in the attack. Right-footed strike, just missing the target out there. And Santizo making his mark early on. Oh, Costa Rica trying to just get up, but it seems Guatemala really have had the momentum and advantage going their way so far, even beyond the scoreline. Showing a lot of hunger early on here as Costa Rica attack. Great shot on attempt. Put up in the air and handled calmly there by Jose Reyes. Reyes with the throw, but put out by the Costa Rican defender. Santizo inbounds. Over down to send the ball, but picked off. And an opportunity for Costa Rica. Oh! The shot definitely on target. But Reyes coming in, getting a piece of it. It trickles just wide, right of the net. And those are the opportunities Costa Rica are going to look upon to build this momentum and get back into this game. So we see Gomez. Nice little flick. Puts it deep into the corner. Not able to handle it, though. Guatemala will take over. Guatemala going in. No foul. Coming out is Gomez down the right flank. He's going to take him. But he's going to need a better attempt on that if he's going to beat the young Reyes. Costa Rica trying to make their move is Leon. Complaining there is Gamboa. Thought he was getting a few shoves in the back. The only consolation is that his team will retain possession and try to get out of the zone again. Almost the halfway mark here in the first half. A long ball in, and Reyes palming that out, making sure Gamboa, the tall pivot, ain't getting a header on it. Ball going cross court to Fonseca. Gamboa. And a shove by Gamboa is going to result in an accumulated foul. Clearly shoving down Ruiz was Gamboa. That's the second accumulated foul there by Costa Rica. For those new to futsal, just know that each team has 5 accumulated fouls per half. Every foul the team commits after 5 results in an unobstructed free kick from 10 meters out. It's essentially a penalty. It's something you do not want to deal with. This is why this sport rewards skill. And you got to make sure you're not being overly aggressive. Otherwise, you can cost your team big time. The court, 40 by 20 meters. The goals, 3 by 2 meters. And of course, 2 20-minute halves with stop clock. This is the beautiful game of futsal. Pablo Rodriguez bringing it back out. Trying to get it in, but this Guatemalan defense, for the most part, holding down the fort, giving the support over to Jose Reyes, who's been sturdy when called upon. Coming out of his zone out there, Nelson Tagre. And a miscue there. Gives up possession to the Ticos. Costa Rica, key opportunity. No foul called out there, and furious is Gilbert Vindas, who made a great tackle to prevent another Guatemalan attack. As we see Costa Rica going again, and was crying for a foul. There was Diego Chavarria. As we see Guatemala ringside taking the shot. Oh, another key opportunity. Guatemala should have been up 3-0, but another mishit. Costa Rica now on the counter, and just running out of real estate there was Chavarria. Plays over at Sporting in Costa Rica. Guatemala now will get a kick in deep in the zone as we take a look at this replay. Point blank. Nelson Tagre just not able to do it up. And we've seen the far post exploited many times so far in this first half by Guatemala, who wouldn't try to find it again. That was a beautiful ball. Santizo, the wily veteran. Costa Rica on the attack. Oh, and just not getting enough juice on that was José León. Turning 24 years old next month. The young man playing professionally over in Slovakia. A lot of Central European clubs picking up these Costa Ricans as they go in again to attack, but picked off by Guatemala. Instead of going 3v2, they look to just reset and come back out from their half. Marin thwarted out there by Tijerino. Costa Rica now in the Guatemalan half with a kick in. 7:38 left on the clock. Guatemala 2, Costa Rica 0. And an infraction on the free kick in there. Now result in Guatemala possession. Luis bringing it over down to Diaz. Working so well together, those two, all tournament long. They look to rotate and come out. Pass put out. Ruiz with the inbound. Guatemala looking to come out of their half. Costa Rica pressing them hard. Beating his defender out there was that beautiful first step with a little tug on the shirt. But Johnny Diaz still gets it out there. Here's a 3v2 by Guatemala. Lays it off in the corner, but Costa Rica recover enough. Corner kick, Guatemala. Back over to the top of the left-footed shot. Well missing the mark out there was Henner Paniagua. Plays for FSC Legendarios. Every Guatemalan player on this roster plays in the domestic league. On the attack against Guatemala, and the fired shot, getting a little touch on it there was Pablo Castro. And if you're joining us late, Castro coming in to replace Vargas, who received the red card early on in the match for coming outside of his goal area. As Costa Rica come 2v2. Putting it deep in. Oh, my goodness. That was a key opportunity out there. Wow. Pablo Rodriguez receiving the pass and just mishitting it. Foul against Guatemala. Of course, asking the referee for the space is Rodriguez. Costa Rica desperate to get on the scoreboard here. Oh, an opportunity! Mishit and picked up. Reyes taking his time, but now firing it all the way down the court. Giving away possession as we take another look again. They're calling it on Paniagua with the high boot. Rodriguez. See a little frustration there on the face of the Costa Rican coach. Santizo from Guatemala brings in the kick in. Make sure you stay tuned after this game for the grand finale, for the gold, for the trophy. for the Concacaf Championship between Panama and Cuba. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific time. You do not want to miss that one. It will be a classic. But for now, third place, bronze medal, and pride on the line between three-time champions Costa Rica and one-time champions Guatemala, who hold the 2-0 advantage here at 5:29 left on the clock in the first half. And we'll see Reyes get possession to roll out. Well, it went out of bounds over around the center mark. As we see Santizo picking it up, and a little bit too much of a pass on the return to Santizo. And if Guatemala can pull it off, this will be their fifth time in a row on the podium, something no CONCACAF nation has ever done in this competition. So they were champions at 2008, a silver in 2012, and a bronze in the past two tournaments. No foul there called as Gomez went down. Now Costa Rica on the attack. A hard shot, but wide over the bar out there. Gomez with the cut. Not getting the right roll. Now Castro trying to make the right decision, getting it out to Vindas. On his line with Rodriguez. "28-year-old Reyes. Get it out in Guatemala. Oh, an opportunity out there, but just not able to fire it on target. Beautiful pass inbound out there. Costa Rica forcing the shot, and a save by Jose Reyes. Corner kick for the Ticos. It's a hard blast there by Gamboa. And a miss hit there intended for Rodriguez, going out of bounds. Guatemala will be absolutely over the moon if they can hold off for a 2-0 at halftime. Given the strength of the Costa Rican side, as Guatemala now on the attack. Going 1v1. Oof, beautiful play there by Gamboa to force the ball back into Guatemala's half, but they press again. They want a third. They're making a statement there. Putting it out calmly was Ruiz. Getting his team's defensive formation to shore up. Oh, and it's a complete swing and a miss by Roberto Alvarado. 7 goals coming into this game, tied atop of the Golden Boot standings. And I've personally held that trophy, not as a winner, but delivering formerly the 2016 Golden Boot winner from Montreal, Freddie Mugin. Having to carry that on the plane, I can tell you, that thing is to lift weights. That'll work the muscles. These guys definitely want some hardware. We see Guatemala now starting to encroach into the Costa Rican half. Meticulously moving the ball around, just trying to find that space, trying to find that gap to see if they can get that third goal. What was impressive is they were down 3-0 to the United States in their final group stage match, and that halftime talk must have been something, as they came back and stole the point off the States to clinch first place. As we see Guatemala getting a corner kick with 2:41 left on the clock, and taking it will be Jose Marin. And not able to make do with it is Aguilar. Costa Rica now with possession. Bringing it over down to Tijarino. Cross court to Ortega, back to Tijarino. Beautifully rolls the ball on the sole of his foot, drawing his defender with him. Ortega puts it back over to Tijarino, whose shot's deflected, and you see the frustration there by Tijarino as the ref draws him back a meter. Fonseca back in Costa Rica. Going to get it again deep in his zone as he's being pressured out there by Aguilar. Costa Rica on the attack. Keeping it in. But giving it up was Ortega. Capagnac now trying to get out of his zone. Guatemala are more than happy to run down this clock in the first half and take this 2-0 lead into halftime, inching closer towards another bronze medal. But as we said, this game is far from over, and this is futsal, where you can have numerous goals happen at any given moment. That's what makes this one of the greatest sports on the planet, the fastest growing team sport on earth today. So we see a lot of international action, not just in Concacaf, but over in Asia and Africa. Everyone looking to book their spots in Uzbekistan for the FIFA Futsal World Cup. And it's not just for the men either. This game is for the women's as well. And 2025 will be the first ever FIFA Futsal World Cup for women. Yet to see who the hosts are, but you can bet those 16 teams are going to bring it out there. Gotta love the growth of the game worldwide. But for now, the focus of the futsal world is here tonight. Saturday Night Futsal in Managua. Bronze medal. Coming up after is the gold medal. 30 seconds left. Costa Rica, Guatemala in the first half. Guatemala will take possession at center court with 25.7 remaining. Guatemala going in. Oh, TV1 opportunity here. Ooh, but opting just to bring it back over there was Santizo. 10 seconds left. Will they make another attempt on the Costa Rican goal? And it appears not. As the horn sounds, we go into halftime with Guatemala up 2-0 on Costa Rica. And you can see the frustration on the face of José León. the international stuff before. The Asian Futsal Championship for the qualifiers for the FIFA Futsal World Cup underway. Some wild games there. And UEFA finally getting their playoff spots in order, as we said earlier. Croatia advancing 5-4 on aggregate ahead of Poland with the 2-2 result earlier in the week. And a heartbreaker for Finland. As 6 seconds left, the Netherlands tied it up and then ended up winning on penalties. So the Netherlands and Croatia booking their ticket to the FIFA Futsal World Cup, which will be hosted later this September in Uzbekistan. It is one of the preeminent competitions people cannot miss. And all four of these teams playing today, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Cuba, and Panama, booking the four coveted tickets here in North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. Going to represent well at that tournament, 2014 competition. Current reigning, defending, and undisputed champions, Portugal. Also, the two-time defending UEFA champions will be looking to make it 2 tournaments in a row. Led by 4-time consecutive International Coach of the Year, George Braz. Looking to dethrone them will be the usual players, Brazil, Spain, but watch out for Morocco riding up the standings. And definitely don't discount Iran or Argentina. A lot of teams looking to make that jump into futsal. And the one you want to keep your eye on is France. The French Federation investing over 16 million euros. Yes, you heard that right. 16 million euros into futsal. You wait. Their debut should be something special, but watch and wait for that program to develop over the next 4 years. When you invest in futsal, you invest in excellence on the court and on the pitch. This is the game that Ronaldo and Messi and Neymar all played growing up. And look at them now. But this is a sport in its own right, with its own championships, its own laws of the game, its own tactics, and its own opportunities. So if you're a young player, or you're a coach that wants to get into it, or a referee, this is for you. But for now, for you, we have the beginning of the second half between Guatemala and Costa Rica, as Guatemala will open up with possession. It's Costa Rica now looking to reset their play. Bringing it in is José León. Suffered a yellow card earlier in that first half. Tijarino almost being pickpocketed there. Recovering to help him out there was Halaran Dixon. Gets it back to Tijarino. The foul called against Guatemala. First accumulative in the second half, 40 seconds in. As Tijarino will take a second to recover. Little shin-on-shin contact. And that's why you wear the guards. It'd be interesting to see what that conversation in the dressing room of Costa Rica was like, and how the boys will respond. The Ticos not used to losing at this tournament at all. Only 3 times in the history of the competition have they lost. And up until the semifinal PK loss against Cuba, they hadn't lost since 2008. Guatemala in the attack now. Running out of room there and sliding to prevent any possible attack there was Gilbert Vindas. The FC Turan star going in, coughing it up, and Costa Rica now on the attack. 2v1, a 3, relinquishing. Oh, big time stop out there to prevent them getting on the board was Reyes. Oh, and another opportunity missed there by Vindas. And Costa Rica getting the best opportunity so far in this second half. Jose Reyes coming up strong out there. Taking a second, get that water. Give a little rinse. 28-year-old playing at CSD Teleois Futsal in Guatemala. As we said, all these players in the domestic league from the Guatemalan side. Costa Rica, 7 players playing over in Europe, with 4 of them in Poland, 1 in Slovakia, another in Estonia. Just a minute and a half here into the second. Guatemalan coach certainly has to be happy with that first half performance. They've been notorious for their offensive prowess in the tournament, but got to be proud of not conceding a single goal to a potent Costa Rican side. You always want to see that balance as a coach. That's Reyes. Tosses at the length of the court and easily handled there by Castro. Costa Rica on the attack. Wide open and missing with the left foot out there is Jose Leon. Key opportunity, the second of this half. Beautiful ball, cross court, and Leon can't execute off that beautiful pass by Vindas. 2.5 minutes in, and Costa Rica have had 2 golden opportunities. You can tell they're opening it up, and it's a third right here. You can see Leon was looking to connect with Daniel Gomez, who was waiting on that far post, but the Guatemalan defender well positioned to thwart that. Costa Rica looking far more alive and composed early in the second half. They will not want to leave Nicaragua without a medal. Guatemala now on the attack, going 1v1. Beautiful defending there by Costa Rica as they come quickly out on the counter. And a foul called against Guatemala. And it's going to be a possible card as well. We'll see momentarily. Yes, it is. As the yellow card issued to Roberto Alvarado. Getting his hands up on Gomez. Tied for the leading scorer race out here. The golden boot is Alvarado. Tied with his teammate, Marvin Sandoval. Both players from Club Cultural Futsal Club in Guatemala, the famed club. We're going to see Alvarado take some time off. It's Costa Rica. Ooh, nice set play out there, but just couldn't execute. And it seems the Ticos are alive. Ball thrown deep, intended for Capignac. Costa Rica again, a shot stopped by Castro. Guatemala on the counter. Low shot and getting down to handle it. Guatemala now deep into the Costa Rican zone. Out to the top of the half. Oh, beautiful move out there. Left-footed shot. Stopped by the Real Sociedad Hatillo goalkeeper, Pablo Castro. Jose Marin losing it. And a big shot opportunity there by Costa Rica. And this action's back and forth. These teams want it, and they are going as if this is for gold, and it's going to be their gold medal game, even though it is for the bronze. You got to love it. Not just the bronze on the line, but it's the pride here in Central America between these two rival nations. A great and thrilling, exciting start to the second half. In the opening 4 minutes between Costa Rica and Guatemala. Ball lobbed all the way across, and not much to do there for Castro. Costa Rica coming up the center. Beautiful pass down low. Unable to handle it, though, was Daniel Gomez. Definitely going to be seeing a little more Gomez in this half, the 29-year-old. Playing his futsal at Oratina Futsal Club in Costa Rica. Certainly going to be eating up some minutes here, and you can expect to see Tijarino and Jose Leon. And probably once they start to get up a little more in the post, you'll have Emmanuel Gamboa looking to make his mark and get the Ticos back into this game. But in order to do that, they're going to need to crack this goose egg right now and get their first goal against what has been a very stingy Guatemalan defense. And the baby blue and white. Just bringing the ball around. Picked up now by Costa Rica. As we see Rodriguez pick it up. Trying to find a player deep, but blocked by Sandoval. And there's Gamboa. He is a threat, the tall, lanky postman. So we see Guatemala now into the Costa Rican zone, but intercepted. Costa Rica on the attack. Gamboa. Down up top to Vindas. Brings it cross court. Over down to Rodriguez. Not exactly sure what the thought process was there, just essentially gave away the possession, and resetting will be Castro. Tries to get it up to Gamboa. Those 1v1 situations, he's been a threat all tournament long out there. Very, very tricky player. Costa Rica with the kick in now. Looking to reset. And a mishit there by Rodriguez, frustrated with himself, giving him the slap on the thigh. The ball trying to go into the zone out there, but a mistouch by Gamboa results in Guatemala regaining possession. Big battle out there along the wing of the pitch. As Costa Rica start to go into the Guatemalan zone again. Vindas trying to get the ball through, but blocked by the Guatemalan defender. A scoop pass, no threat whatsoever, picked up by Jose Reyes. Just over 7 minutes gone here in this half as Guatemala come in. They lose possession and Costa Rica will take over. Very uncharacteristic to see a game go this deep. Costa Rica left off the scoreboard. Battle there. Not liking it one bit was Jose Leon. But he's got to watch himself. He's on a yellow card already. That's him at Johnny Diaz. Go battle it out there along the sideline. Costa Rica coming now. Taking an ill-advised attempt was Tijerino. Went way over the crossbar. Jose Reyes will pick it up and roll it back out now to Jose Maria. Pocketed there by Guatemala. Nice possession right now. Just going wide of the left foot out there of Fernando Campagnac. Turning 30 years old. Just over a month is the glucosoral Pivo. Costa Rica, beautiful back heel pass out there intended for Fonseca. Just couldn't get to it as Guatemala now on the counter. Beautiful slide tackle there by Tijerino that sees Costa Rica coming back. And no one in front to pass to as Victor Fonseca was trailing by a few meters. As we see Gomez's attempt out of bounds. Guatemala now looking to get in a scoop pass that went out of bounds, and with 11-11 remaining in this second half, the third place match at the Concacaf Futsal Championships. And as we said after this game, the championship match on the line. Cuba, the young team, versus the wily veterans, Panama. But for now, Guatemala, left-footed attempt. Just going left of the goal out there was Chavarria. And a second ball on the court will see the whistle blow it out. Picking it up again will be Pablo Castro. The Real Sociedad Hatillo goalkeeper being told to toss that ball out of bounds as the referee drops it. A 1v1 situation here, but now the defenders come back to neutralize that threat. Costa Rica into the Guatemalan zone. Tijerino trying a little footwork there to no avail. Tijerino playing his futsal at We Met Futsal Club. Sounds like a dating app more than a futsal club out of Poland. As we see Costa Rica lose possession. The Polish league starting to come up over there in Central Europe. As we said earlier, 4 players on this Costa Rican side playing in that league. So clearly the Polish loving what they see from the Ticos. Costa Rica definitely wanted to see more of it as they trail 2-0 here to Guatemala. Just a little over half of the half remaining. Guatemala pick it off again. Just trying to maneuver, find some space. Watching the players rotate. Little long ball in there. Oh, gets by his guy. Opens it up. And the third goal is scored by Guatemala. Johnny Diaz puts the Guatemalans up 3-0 on Costa Rica with 9:45 left in the second half. Oh, we take a look at a great effort there to slot it to Diaz. Great work in the corner. And Diaz making no mistake with that left foot. And he is definitely going to be buying one for his teammate Roberto Alvarado. One of the top goal scorers in the tournament, but in this case being the man setting up the goal. Diaz putting up Guatemala 3-0 with 9:35 remaining. And Costa Rica have some work to do, to say the least. They had some momentum in the first couple of minutes with two key opportunities. They couldn't execute it. And now find themselves trailing by 3 against a very, very solid Guatemalan team tonight. Very inspired to get another bronze. Guatemala attempting to go in. Oh, and it's a 2-on-0. Here it is. Oh, what a stop. Point blank save by Pablo Castro. Unbelievable. 2-on-0. And he is pumped up. That should have been 4-0 as we see the court pass. And Nelson Tagle can't believe it. Pablo Castro. Phenomenal save out there. 4-0 could have been absolutely brutal for Costa Rica to come back from. But because of the heroics of Castro, they find themselves still only down 3. But Costa Rica are really going to need to smarten up at the back out there. And now offensively, Costa Rica come. Ooh! Just hitting the mark wide of right as Daniel Gomez. Costa Rica going to need to hit that goal. Far too many shots missed. We see the timeout now being called by Costa Rica. Very smart call indeed. As the team vie to try to get back down from this 3-0 deficit. As we said earlier, Guatemala came back in the group stage 3-0 down to the United States and stole that pointing. They know exactly what it's like to be in Costa Rica's position, and you see smiles on the faces of the players as again we see the great work out there from Roberto Alvarado. And making no mistake about it, the man with the coolest name in CONCACAF, Johnny Diaz, getting the third for Guatemala. You got to think with 8:37 left on the clock, it's not going to be that much longer before Costa Rica go out with the attacking goalkeeper. Defense here in Nicaragua. The horns are starting to go. People are getting ready for this championship, but right now being treated to a pretty decent match. Oh, and a breakaway giveaway by Costa Rica, and a point-blank save again by Pablo Castro. This man has single-handedly saved them, and another giveaway by the defense by Costa Rica. Clearly the defense not listening to the instructions during that timeout. And Costa Rica could have been down 4-0 if it wasn't for the heroics of Pablo Castro again. Costa Rica taking over and just putting it out of there for a goal throw was Diego Chavarria. Ball laid off out there. Costa Rica, though, on the counter. 3v2. Here's an opportunity for them. Oh, and instead of looking for that far post, Leon decided to go for it. This is just characteristic lack of offense from Costa Rica. Something we're not used to seeing in the history of Concacaf Futsal. Guatemala finding and exploiting these gaps. Pass intended there for Chavarria, missing the mark. Oh, Costa Rica. Oh, big foul there, and that's definitely going to be a yellow card. Probably a smart one to take. As Costa Rica would have been point blank open. And we see Alan Aguiar from Costa Rica getting a handful of kit out there on Jose Leon, who has a yellow of his own. And let's see what kind of magic set play Costa Rica can conjure up here. Ticos! Ooh, a nice attempt out there by Tijarino. Going over the bar. They're going to need those opportunities, but it just seems that Jose Reyes has been unbeatable, and he has. Tijarino. Picked off by Guatemala again. Ooh, almost getting it through. But putting it just through the legs of his defender and going out for a goal throw there was Paniagua, the player from Legendarios. Getting some more minutes here in the second half. Costa Rica now with under 7 minutes left to come back from a 3-goal deficit. There's a team that can do it. It's the 4-time tournament champions. They've won half of the CONCACAF championships, and they're going to need to pull something out of the hat sooner than later. All are very strong, very comfortable, very confident. And they want that bronze. Leon. Again, and going back into their own zone. It's Tijarino. Cross-court pass. Here's the rotations we're used to seeing from Costa Rica. Let's see what they can do with it. Ooh, there. A nice attempt out there by Leon. And you see a little smile on his face. Be a bigger smile if that was able to connect and get that first opening goal. Ooh, and here we go, Costa Rica again. Held off from the attempt was Gomez, though. Fonseca in his own half, bringing it out to Leon. Costa Rica looking to draw Guatemala. Gomez passes it back over to Castro. A bad giveaway out there as Guatemala almost had an opportunity for a 2-on-0 again. They had one several minutes ago, but Castro was there to save the day. Prevent the team from going down by 4. And this is futsal, though. 5 minutes is a lifetime. 3 goals, certainly not insurmountable at all. But as that clock keeps ticking, and it goes without saying, it gets way more difficult. But if there is a team to do it, it is the Ticos. This pass out there intended for Sandoval. Will Costa Rica take it at center court? Daniel Gomez. Less than 5 minutes remaining on the clock. You can hear the crowd starting to fill up this place. This is a futsal atmosphere. 2021, because of COVID, didn't have any fans, which was a crime. Tournament over in the Domo, Polideportivo, one of the best arenas in all of Concacaf. To not have fans, a crime, but now back in here in Managua, in this wonderful, wonderful arena, hearing the sound of the fans, that's what it's all about, and it made this tournament fantastic. So a big thank you to the Nicaraguan Federation for setting this up, and to the Nicaraguan fans. Hospitality as Guatemala now come on the attack. Left-footed shot. Missed opportunity there by Santizo. Point-blank opportunity from about 7.5, 8 meters out. You know, these fans, as loud as they are, they want goals. Can never get enough. And if there's one thing this sport offers, it's plenty of action, and that includes a lot of goals. And we've seen Guatemala continue their #1 offense in this tournament as Costa Rica come in. Right shot. Stopped by Reyes. Guatemala come out now on the left wing. Picked off by the defender. Costa Rica asking, begging, hey, move, go down the sideline. As we see a left-footed shot. Ooh, just pushed away there by Reyes. A nice attempt by Pablo Rodriguez. Another foreign-based player. Corner kick being taken by Daniel Gomez. Gamboa, the inbounds. And it's going to go out for Guatemala possession. You'd have to think it's only a matter of time before Costa Rica bring out the attacking keeper. Lucky they didn't do it then, because that shot was on target. Castro still in there. And just not able to control it out there was Gomez. Gonna need to do better than that with 2:47 left. Can Costa Rica crack this Guatemalan goal? And an accumulative foul against Guatemala. We'll see a free kick as Gamboa goes down. As we take a look, Alvarado connects out there. See Reyes try to line up his defenders accordingly. Left-footed shot directly at the wall. That's the 4th foul, as we see on the screen there, by Guatemala. Each team with 5 per half. Costa Rica now with the attack. Ooh, just trying to get it to Gamboa in the area. But nothing is there. Guatemala try to put it out. It'll be Costa Rica possession. See the frustration on the face of the coach. Costa Rica desperately needing anything here. They got to get one back as this clock is ticking. Ooh, almost intercepted by Gamboa there. Gift of an opportunity. Contact there, but the ref seeing nothing. Perhaps a little slippage there by Alvarado. Evading that beautiful baby blue surface. The baby blue matching that cross chest stripe for the Guatemalan kit. Less than 2 minutes remaining for Costa Rica to do something here in this bronze medal match. Good battle. Picked up there was Vindas. Good battle. Tried to get it to Gamboa, who missed the net completely. This would be the first time since the 2008 Concacaf Championship in Guatemala that Costa Rica would not medal. And if Guatemala can hold off with the last minute and a half remaining, they'll become the first team in CONCACAF history to podium 5 consecutive times at the Futsal Championships. And it just isn't working for them now. They're just not finding the space. Gamboa going in. It's Guatemala count on the encounter. Bringing it down out there. Taking the shot attempt was Santizo. Picked up by Costa Rica and a wasted pass out there. And about a half minute away is Guatemala from winning the bronze medal here at the 2024 CONCACAF Futsal Championship. You can hear the horns going. What an atmosphere in Nicaragua. And 10 seconds remaining. Costa Rica with one last opportunity. Will they take it? And it will be blocked. And there you have it. Guatemala with another bronze medal performance over the 3-time tournament defending champions Costa Rica, who were shut out of the medals for the time in over a decade and lose back-to-back matches. Again, Costa Rica, until that semifinal, hadn't lost in this tournament since 2008. But they lose again in the bronze medal match here as Guatemala take home some medal. A bronze medal in 2016 in Costa Rica. And a bronze medal in 2021 over in Guatemala City. 3rd consecutive bronze here in Nicaragua for the Guatemalan side. Congratulations to La Azul y Blanco on a great tournament. Scoring 30 goals from 5 games. Very, very strong offensive prowess from the Guatemalan side. Again, going undefeated in Group 2 with 2 wins over the Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago. Coming back, showing a lot of heart and tenacity against the U.S. 3 goals in that second half to clinch that first place, and then booking their ticket to the FIFA Futsal World Cup courtesy of a 9-4 victory at the quarterfinal stage. And we'll take a look at the highlights from the match again. It's Guatemala in the first minute, just hitting that target out there. And going up, making the noise. Guatemala early on, and testing keeper early on was Costa Rica, but they couldn't really get much going. It was Guatemala dominating that first half for the most part with opportunities. Castro having to come into the game after the red card from Vargas. And we see that beautiful second goal scored out there by Martin Sandoval. 7th on the tournament. Costa Rica just not making too much of it there. Guatemala getting those opportunities early on in the first half, and far wide out there, as we saw. Guatemala exploiting that far post quite often. Second half was a little more intense up front. Costa Rica starting strong, but Jose Reyes was holding it down between the pipes for Guatemala. Costa Rica showing desperation to do it, but they couldn't make it happen. You see an attempt out there by Targue. The beautiful play out there as Johnny Diaz gets the goal, courtesy of a Roberto Alvarado pass. Great work in the corner out there, and that made it 3-0 for Guatemala. And that's where the score ended as Guatemala plays. And we see the warm-up. We're oh so close to the gold medal match, the championship with Cuba versus Panama. Neither team has ever won the Concacaf Futsal Championship, so we will have a new winner. And it is going to be one heck of a game out there. We saw a very tightly contested affair with Guatemala, Costa Rica. Not on the scoreboard, but it was plenty of action between the two. And you can certainly expect, with the title on the line, it's going to go up to full volume between Panama and Cuba.